Hello and welcome to my very first video at Atomic Vinyl Gaming, or AVG for short. Yeah, welcome to the channel. I'm assuming you guys are mostly going to be coming through from my Atomic Vinyl Reviews channel. For those of you guys who don't know, that's a channel where I review movies and action figures and stuff like that, and mainly Godzilla and Kaiju related and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for checking out this new channel. Because I've always wanted to do a gaming channel for, well, not always. Once I was a child and I didn't know what gaming was when I was like 1 year old. But aside from that, it's been a while since I've really wanted to do one of these. But I haven't had the technology necessary to actually make it function, let alone even play the games. But recently, I put together a new computer. I literally built the damn thing, and now I can finally fucking play Minecraft. Yeah, rock on! So I just wanted to do some gameplay videos and see how a gaming channel will go. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's begin. So in this first episode I decided just to show off a Minecraft city that I've been working on for a while now. This is it. It is loosely based off of Tokyo, Japan, but it's in no way, shape or form meant to exactly model the city. I'm kind of making a little city because I was thinking I could make it like Godzilla themed, make some Godzilla statues and stuff like that. But it's been a project that I've been working on for a while now, so let me take you through this world. This is my proudest part of the city. It is Tokyo Tower, for those of you who don't know. And yeah, it is unfinished because the world is too short, basically, for me to be able to build any higher. But this isn't my first attempt at actually building Tokyo Tower either. Unfortunately, yeah, we reached the world, and I can't put any more blocks above this bit. But I'm quite proud of this place, actually, because it's not the first time I've built a city based on Tokyo with Tokyo Tower and everything. But back a little while ago, my whole laptop broke, so I lost all of that, like, probably literally a year of progress. And just recently, I've been starting again, and I rebuilt Tokyo Tower, and I think I did a pretty damn good job, all things considered. It's not perfectly in scale, it's a little bit small, but it's still a pretty massive building, so you can kind of get a sense of that. And maybe one day, maybe I will do a tutorial on how to build something like this. It'll take 1,000,000 years to build it, but maybe if you guys are keen, we'll see. So I'll just kind of show you the rest of my little city. I've put in a little map here, and just so you guys can get an idea of the place. How do I do this? Okay, so there we've got, that's where we are with Tokyo Tower. This is all the roads I've put in. Naturally you can see all this gray stuff here is those like concrete blocks or whatever they're called. This smooth stone texture. And I have been using commands to actually build a lot of the flat space. But still takes a god-awful long time because commands are, you know, you can only do so much with them, and it's still a lot of typing and stuff like that. So no, I did not build everything block by block, but I'll show you a building that I did build block by block before I knew how to do the commands. But yeah, let's go exploring. So these are just some apartment buildings. These two here are actually based, I went on Google Earth and I actually looked at the buildings directly opposite of Tokyo Tower, and this red one here and this little one here are based off of that, as well as this building here. But again, everything is really loosely just modeled off of like just generic looking buildings, so it's not specifically made to look like any specific building. But that's probably my most proud part of this city, and I'll show you my second favorite thing in this city, which is a Japanese castle, which is actually, I based this build entirely off of just photos of Matsumoto, I think. Matsumoto Castle? It's an actual castle in Japan. So it's not in Tokyo, I don't think, but I'm just making this a generic Japanese city by shoving in as many landmarks as I can. So it's not Osaka Castle, the one that you saw in Godzilla vs. Or King Kong vs. Godzilla, where they kind of had a little smashing party around that. But it's another little castle, and I've actually expanded it a bit more than the real one. The real one would have stopped here and doesn't have this area here. It's just this little building here. That's the building I built block by block, if you can imagine. This was a bloody pain to build, but that's the second building I built in this city before I learnt commands, and it took a fucking long time, but I'm proud of it because it's a nice modern skyscraper, and granted I shouldn't have put it so close to this medieval style castle, but yeah. I'm actually really proud of the way this castle turned out because it looks I don't mean to be a shameless self-promoter, but it looks better than some of the other Japanese castles that I've seen other people make. If you just Google like Japanese castle Minecraft and stuff like that, it looks more accurate to the real deal. And I even somewhat furnished it on the inside, so I can kind of give you guys a look. And then I'll show you guys a little bit more from the outside. By the way, I love these lanterns that they introduced recently into Minecraft. They're just a great new block. It's so useful. So just a quick look at the inside. It's not, you know, done because there's no stairs or anything. And this is quite an open space, but I tried to make it look somewhat nice. Whoops, and I dropped something. Whee! So this was a big project, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm gonna say it's a little bit bigger than it is in life, scale-wise, especially the base of it. It's the Japanese castles, they do have this sort of a big rocky base that they're built upon to raise them from the ground, and they are surrounded by moats. But the one I built here is much larger than the real deal would be. But that's fine. It's Minecraft, so it doesn't really matter. And I've tried to make a little bit of a more medieval type little town space square here, because the rest of this thing is very modern. And so I'm going to be expanding this to this little area here, and hopefully around that side as well, just to kind of fit in with the aesthetic of this castle. So I'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of a circle around this thing. So building a city like this, the reason I sort of started was, if you guys don't know, I've been building little miniature buildings and miniature cities for actual Godzilla figures for a while now. And like that initially started to get me like looking more at architecture, because here in my local city I've just been kind of getting ideas for little miniature skyscrapers to go with my Godzilla figures to make more tutorials for you guys. And I basically just expanded all of that into Minecraft. And that's how I got into building this whole project, which I'm gonna basically just try and keep adding to and keep building for a long time until like it gets really huge, hopefully one day. Just like no rush or anything, but just slowly, hopefully it'll get somewhere pretty cool. I'll actually, my computer can handle this. I built her good, so hopefully this render distance won't make the get any lag. But I've been getting great results. Like I built this computer, and it's got, you know, a half decent graphics card. It's got a 8-core Ryzen 2700 core and stuff like that, and it's just been going great. And yeah, I'm getting, this is on fancy graphics too, which, I mean, I know it's Minecraft and not like a different super fancy game, but everything I've been throwing at it has been going really good, so pretty happy about that. So yeah, there's the castle. The curves in the roads can be really difficult, but I'm quite proud of how they came out either way. The picture's not quite as smooth as I would like, but still not that big a deal. So yeah, this building I built block by bloody block, and it took forever, but it looks really nice. I like the sort of weird curves that I put into it in the architecture. This little building here is the first one I made. And yeah, this one I had to use Not world edit. I don't have world edit. Just what are they called? Sorry, my memory's not too bad, but commands. That's right. And commands just like basically you just type in coordinates and put like blocks in between them, but you still have to like style it all to look like actual buildings. So hopefully getting a good sense of what the city's looking like. I've tried to use some interesting curves and angles and not have the whole world be completely flat because it makes it a little bit more interesting. And just try to finish off everything neatly like these little boardwalks and not have it looking too rough. And just using really interesting angles like this for the balconies and mix it up with some modern architecture. Put up some signs, because, modern cities, especially in Japan and Tokyo, they have all these signs all over the street. I don't know what these say. I think I just Googled some images of, like, Tokyo and just tried to copy some signs. So this probably actually says something in Japanese, but I just randomly copied a store. We got our little bullet train here, which runs all the way through the city on this raised thing. We got a nice big shopping center, which I spent quite some time working on. I'm quite proud of how it turned out with the arches and the big glass dome and everything like that. So I'll just show you guys briefly what this looks like inside. Of course, I built everything in creative, if you haven't noticed, is another thing. But it doesn't make it... It makes it easier, but it doesn't make it easy regardless, because it's still so many blocks. But yeah, it's a big empty shopping center, so what would be a really cool project would be if I get like a little bit of a following, and perhaps we could get some people to either copy this map and maybe just do interiors, or just help expand the city, or if we do some multiplayer stuff eventually, that could be pretty cool. Here's a little bridge I built. Nice little bridge, nothing too exciting, but just adding to the city vibes. And yeah, these sort of road curves here are really tricky to get right, but when you do, I find they add so much to your city just to make it look really nice. And word of advice, if you're trying a project like this, make the roads wider and bigger than you'd expect, as well, and make sure there's enough space between the road and the buildings so you can have a decent pathway. And just so there's enough, and so you can have a little raised edge above the edge of the road. I find it looks a lot nicer. The way I make my roads is I put 5 meters or blocks between the white lines, so that gives you a rough idea of how wide my roads are. I also don't know if any of these road markings are entirely accurate to how they should be, but I just kind of guessed them for lack of a better word, because I don't drive yet, so I'm not a super expert at road markings, and I don't really, it's hard to do road markings in Minecraft because every little thin line you have to represent as a meter thick block, and to have little close lines together is just a pain. But here we've got a little bunch of little Chinatown sort of looking area. And I really like the new tropical fish they added, because you can make aquariums in Minecraft, which is just really awesome. And I've been experimenting with trapdoors and banners and stuff to give different effects to these little shops. And then we have the just the more sort of, this is more of a New York type skyscraper, a little bit more Art Deco, more angular lines. This is sort of more curvy, modern skyscraper, of course, and you got to experiment with it and really look at real buildings, because there's so much variety in terms of buildings, and they're a little bit more complicated than just big square blocks, especially the base of the buildings, expanding them and making them look like an actual base of a building. Little bus stops I'm really proud of as well. It's always the little touches that just make a big difference. So here's a little bus I designed, a little bus stop with a little creepy dude, and you can put little faces in the cars as well. Here's a little grocery store. I feel like I put it a bit too close to the castle, because I think like the area right next to like a landmark like that castle should be a little bit more fancy than like a dingy little store. But yeah, I also try and do a lot of decorating on the tops of the buildings to make them more interesting. So this one here is really cool. It's got a little pool, some relaxing spa chairs and stuff like that, little walkway down. Most of my buildings, again, they don't have interiors at all, but I try and like trick the trick it to look like there is a bit from the top here. What else can I show you? This building here is actually based off a little model building that I built, and I built it ages ago, but I haven't put out a video of the process yet, an N-scale scratch-built building. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And I made these little designs for these little, what would you call it, soda machines. So there's Pepsi, there's Cola, obviously, and that just adds a bit more life to the city. Here's McDonald's, if you didn't guess, the big M. You need lots of advertising and stuff, even if you're doing like actual little model building cities, which I've done for my Godzilla figures. So just adding little details helps to really sell the world. What else can I show you guys? I know, I have this Angry Pikachu here, which I made after I saw Detective Pikachu the same night. So that's a little story about that one. And down here is a subway station. So I'll quickly give you guys a tour of that. It's not finished, and I'm probably going to have to change it because it's I wanted to extend the subway, but I probably made it too shallow. But these stone grinder tools are really good for train track, railway line wheels. So this little train design I've made, I'm going to make a bunch of these carriages, and just gives you guys an idea of what that looks like. There's a pig. I'm abusive to pigs, as you see. All good. And more of these soda machines. So yeah, I'm curious, do you guys have any ideas of what you'd like me to build in this city? Because I'm always actually searching for new ideas and just new little techniques for making the buildings look really cool and stuff like that, and what else could liven up the city in detail-wise. Because I really, my favorite part is just the little details that help the city come to life, like I was saying earlier, as well as just the big over-the-top buildings. And I really wish we could extend Minecraft to be taller, because a project like this really demands a high ceiling for building. Because like I showed you guys, Tokyo Tower is looking really small. But yeah, I'll actually just quickly show you guys Tokyo Tower at night, and then I'll cut away. So there's a tower slowly seeping into view. Really illuminated with all those little lantern lights. And I don't know if it looks complicated to you guys or not, but getting the angle of all the axes of all these little metal beams correct was such a pain. I don't know how I did it. The funny thing is, I had some really bad screenshots of the original tower, which I built a while ago, on that remember that world I told you that I lost? And then what I did is I went through those images, they were really kind of blurry and horrible, and just rebuilt it block by block and just adjusted it from there to try and make it accurate. But getting all these angles, because they're going, they're both going vertically and sideways and on another angle diagonally, like on all these axes, and to get it to sort of meld well together and match the real tower with like these weird blocks is such a pain. But I'm so proud of the result, which is why I wanted to show this off to you guys, because yeah, like I said, a big project, took a lot of work, and I really wish Minecraft was taller so I could finish the damn thing, because it should be like that high. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna keep expanding this world and trying to make it more feel like a bigger city. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you guys have done similar projects, let me know how those turned out for you guys, and if you have any tips and tricks and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's it for this little overview of my current city build. I'll keep you guys posted on how it goes in the future. And what else I'm gonna talk about before leaving is just kind of my ideas for this channel in general coming up. So what I'm planning on doing for the next couple of videos is there's a few Godzilla mobile apps or like Godzilla related mobile games that have kaiju and stuff that I kind of want to try and do little video playthroughs on. Probably won't be like a long playthrough, just kind of like a little showcase of those. But aside from that, I'm thinking about doing more Minecraft videos, so I want to like start a new world and kind of see what you guys want me to do in that and just have fun and just chat with you guys and, you know, chill out with that. And aside from that, I'm actually going to be doing a series on The Witcher. So no, not Witcher 3. I do have the game. I recently bought it because of Halloween Steam sales. Hooray! Bloody love those Steam sales. Never buy games off Steam, by the way, without getting them on sale, is my advice to you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing The Witcher. So that's a weird sort of game set in like a medieval fairy tale type of Lord of the Rings kind of vibe place. And it is based off of Polish folklore, apparently, because it's a Polish-made game. My family's Polish, so I have a Polish background, so I'm kind of curious to, you know, play it. And I thought I'd do a series on it. So I know Witcher 3 is like the big thing at the moment, but I want to start off from the first game. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel. So if that interests you, stick around. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because that's always awesome when you guys do that. But if that doesn't interest you, then let me know what you'd be keen for me to try out. I'm also probably going to do a Jurassic World Evolution playthrough, maybe Ark Survival Evolved, that kind of stuff. They're a little bit more related to the kind of stuff that I do on my main Atomic Vinyl Reviews channel. However, with this channel, I'm not really gonna keep it Godzilla related. I don't really care. That's what my other channel's for. This one's just for whatever games. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, may all your games be digital or some shit. I need to figure out an ending quote to say at the end of to bookend each video, because on my main channel I have may all your vinyl be irradiated vinyl. So I'll just leave it at that. Ciao!